Is up, guys? Arco Cinna here, welcoming y'all back to a continuation of the series we call The Council. On our previous episode, we were finding out the mysterious disappearance of our character's mother, and we had a run-in talk to with the priest. Gave us a sheet of paper of a list of names of people who were set to be murdered. Now, we were given the opportunity to either one, we could look at this thing, or two, we could not. And so I did a little voting around with you guys, and apparently the overall theme of it was that most of you wanted us to, for us not to open it. I ultimately will make that decision to not open it. I feel like that we've been put through a lot of trust, so we should honor that trust. Without further ado, enough of my BS rambling. Let's continue onward. So we are onward here tonight. So, okay. I just got done talking to the councilwoman, and that's what's her face. Seems like the rest of the gentlemen are there. Seems to be a book.
Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by Plutarch, a biography of the great men.
Take the book really quick. Interesting. Guess could we go ahead and read that? I want to make sure that I don't inventory. Probably I'm not seeing it or something, but maybe we just cannot. Alright, let's head up this way.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence, Cardinal Piaggi. He joins us straight from Rome.
Huh?
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simple.
George Washington, President of the United States of America.
Hello.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Richet. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
Don't mention the
risk
letter.
of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Richet's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends,
Interesting.
do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Holm, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord
There's a
Mortimer
Freemason
organizes a
emblem
reception,
around his neck.
he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests.
During which time we remake the world.
Accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Richet, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Like you, Mr. President, I'm here as a result of Lord Mortimer's invitation.
2 members of the same family here. That is rare.
You know what they say. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family.
I don't get it.
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Good evening, my friends.
Holy shit. That's the man from my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his
That's a man.
deepest apologies.
I bet he does.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start.
No, right?
Do you know that man?
Sir Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat, very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer, so don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
And now, my dear
Interesting.
guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I have already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision.
We rely on the vision, or do we stay with George Washington? Even though the investigation was a failure. Huh. Oh, this is toughy. I'm not really too sure. She'll stay a
Let's see
moment.
what Washington has to say.
Sir, if you don't mind, I shall stay here.
Do exactly as you please, young man.
Interesting.
Louis, thank you for staying. Just like you, when I arrived this morning, I found out that Sarah had gone missing. I know your mother well. Don't worry. Emily is from the English branch of the Golden Order.
And President Washington is in fact the leader of the Order in the United States.
Interesting.
I didn't know.
Sorry to have made you wait, but I didn't want to speak in front of the others.
You did well. Secrecy and discretion are the pillars of our organization.
If I can help in any way at all, please don't hesitate to ask, my lad. And if you have any other questions, now's the time.
And you, Emily, what do you think of my mother?
I only know her through the Order. The one time we met, we only exchanged a few words in a corridor of Parliament.
And
Interesting.
was the exchange courteous or impassioned?
I'm not sure if I understand.
Was there any reason for her to be angry with you?
Under other circumstances, I would slap your face for even asking. But I put your lack of tact down to her disappearance. Know that your mother is a woman I would love to work with. Her reputation is entirely deserved. Mr. Washington will be able to tell you more.
Mr. Washington, you seem to be very familiar with my mother.
Did he see her?
When did you last speak to her?
Philadelphia, 15 years ago. Sarah
that's not
often
too
went
much.
back and forth between France and the United States.
Yes, I remember those days. I didn't see her too often. Right. Would it be too much if I asked you a few more questions?
Not at all. Go ahead. But I can't promise I'll remember everything.
May I ask, when you saw each other, what did you talk about? My mother has always been fascinated by strange powers. Did she talk to you about anything like that?
Yes. Her facility for discerning truth from rumor served me well. Such as preventing massacres, like the one at Salem, from happening again. Or convincing people that horsemen cannot ride around without heads. What does she used to say now?
Keep an open and logical mind?
Yes, that's it.
Thank you, sir. I was hoping to speak with Lord Mortimer. At least now I have some information, thanks to you.
I repeat, Lord Mortimer is a man of his word. You won't be disappointed.
I'm
And
sure
I
I'll
am
not.
persuaded that your mother's research is his main concern.
Mother still is at the head of the Golden Order. I find it difficult to believe that she came to this island without notifying the other members.
As for myself, I did not know. I am here at the request of Sir Holm, a situation regarding the Crown of England to resolve, and to see what Lord Mortimer has to propose to us.
As for me, Lord Mortimer asked me here to speak about the future of America. I did not know that your mother would even be among us. In any case, no one has yet mentioned associating the Order.
We haven't found many clues yet.
Don't worry, Louis. I'm sure nothing bad has happened to
Damn
her.
it.
Yes, I hope not.
I didn't get a chance to ask my questions. Damn it.
Careful, they're coming back.
Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal. But I must say, he does
That is a
have some
$15 word.
outstanding pieces.
Sir Holm, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Just mentioning Elizabeth totally changed Washington's attitude. Looks like he just saw a ghost.
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I have to keep that trigger figure happy on.
perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence.
Washington looks surprised, but Holm doesn't seem to see it. I wonder if he's being polite or if he really doesn't see his discomfort.
On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
Intriguing. I did miss a few opportunities there to gain some more information, so that is regrettable. But, however...
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
Oh man, it's been quite a day. Right, where is my room?
So, we could do one or two things at this moment. But,
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
it must be her room. Might take this opportunity to try to see if we can try to do more investigations, since I missed two opportunities. But we did get some intriguing information. This Elizabeth apparently is tied to what's his face there. The reason why I chose Washington above all others is probably because I felt like his information about the mother would be able to be much more intriguing.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Nope, not I. I'll have to keep looking for more room. Mayhaps? Through here? Oh. Room here.
Huh, that's me.
Okay. So that is my room.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
His room. Royal Jetty? Yes. Ah, I knew looking through here would be an ideal thing to do. How many rooms here?
President George Washington.
That's his room. Best to know your surroundings now. I'll learn of them later. Probably the looking. Alright, so it just comes, I think, right back around. I do not believe I can retire down there just yet.
Monsieur Johann van Volner.
This is good to know future guests you're waiting for. Can we head up these stairs? Up the staircase. No, we cannot. Bummer. Bummer, bummer, bummer. I'll have to do a better job of trying to keep an eye out for certain reality clues and stuff like that. Hopefully I didn't look this up too bad. I'll have to continue onward forward. I guess the best thing to do for right now is just to retire to your room, so I doubt I can enter anybody else's room right now. Everybody's going to bed. I do believe my room was up this way. Yes, right here.
Right. So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about
All
my
right.
mother's disappearance. But if
Here
I
we go.
open it, I'll be betraying Piaggi's trust. What should I do?
We shall keep his trust. Leave the letter closed. I didn't know that was a thing. Can I do that? Leave the letter closed.
Damn. Can't wait to open it, but I gave my word to Piaggi, so... Too bad. I'll wait until I hand it to Mother.
Wow. Nice room. Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway.
No, I mean, it does not. Oh, that's not what I wanted to tap. And E, can I do any more? Alright. Can't do any more of these. Can we step outside for a little bit? Sing. I want to go to bed. You go to bed. Nice view of the island. Gives you the force stat. Your next skill use costs no effort. You can carry him over. Okay, interesting. Alright, cool. That's a thing now. I guess we shall go ahead and retire into the room. Unless there's just more stuff I can pick up. Oh dear. Immaculate bedroom with an immaculate bed. Success. Failed. Didn't find any clues about my mother on the dock. So you had more successes at the end of this episode than I did failures. The only failures I did is did not find a clue. Find all the clues about my mother on the docks. Huh. Well, I thought I scoured every ounce of that thing. I guess not. Objective complete. Look at me leveling up. 4 new points available. Alright, so we can go ahead and... don't have any more of these skills. So, notice anything strange in someone's behavior or appearance. We'll have to focus. Could do that. Another one here. Another one here. Another one here. And then... we'll validate all those. Equipment manuscript. Here you can choose what to read during the adventure. Each manuscript you read for skill points at the end of the quest. Alright, so we'll go ahead and read this one. Science, psychology. Guess we'll just read. Oh. Do more psychology. I think that. Hold on. Scientific essay combining the most. Well, I guess I'll just have to do it now. So that is a thing. Another vision? That is that person there. I gave him a chest.
Your turn? The servants are not very efficient.
De Richet can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of de Richet's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet
Interesting.
having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Oh, what a pity to lose a knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry, Gregory. The game won't disappear.
Interesting.
I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Ah, good evening, gentlemen. Please forgive me for this late hour.
It is never too late, and we have much to discuss. One last move?
Don't worry. Our games always seem to end like this.
Or always start like this. Come, take a seat, my friend.
I have a sneaky suspicion. I already know who that guy is. Napoleon Bonaparte. Yes, I knew that was him. Go ahead and follow your ass.
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President?
There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep. A very good night to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
Interesting.
I'm coming.
But I need time to check my
Monsieur de
room.
Richet, Please excuse me, but I am unable to join you at present. However, rest assured that we are doing all we can to resolve the case that concerns us. By the way, enclosed, you will find a key that will enable you to retrieve the personal effects your mother left behind. Yours faithfully, Lord William Mortimer.
Thank
Dear
you,
Monsieur
sir.
de Richie.
Grab that key. Alright, I think what we should do is go ahead and answer that door. Hurry to answer the door. But I need to check things. Why? Why are you rushing me when I need to check things? Do not lag. I do not lag being rushed. Oh, fuck it. Come on. Let's get going. Or some impatient asshat decides.
Excuse me. Am I bothering you?
A little bit.
No, not in the least. Is something wrong?
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
Yes.
Elizabeth Adams. Home introduced her to us.
Yes. Well, she is the daughter of my friend, the Vice President, John Adams. But she is
Interesting.
supposed to be dead.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Fair enough.
Good heavens! I was present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth while I search her room. And perhaps get my hands on some important information. At least, I hope so. Elizabeth is in the small salon. If you hurry, you can still catch her. I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true, there are two men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer. Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his ghost stories.
We've already helped
Sir,
her.
I don't feel well. I'm going to have to decline.
I see. Well, I hope you won't be needing my help one day.
I must act swiftly. I'll search my room later.
Well then, I hope he just pissed off a friend. But that was unfortunate, but maybe find the men from her vision. I gotta remember what room it
Louis,
is.
you're straying from your objective. Monsignor, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Hold on. I think it was this one?
Duke Manuel Godoy. I recognize this part of the corridor. I'm close.
Multiple paths. There are multiple paths to reach your objective. It may be a good idea to think twice before embarking on the first path to come. Yes, indeed. I'm just going to myself.
Good evening, sir. I'm sorry, but an important meeting is underway.
Tell me, my good man.
Sir?
Whose room is this?
A guest.
Apparently a French soldier. All right.
Perhaps I should change my approach.
Mayhaps.
Listen, I'm an insomniac, and Sir Holm told me that you could go to the kitchen and make me a cup of herbal tea.
And what is in this herbal tea, sir?
Holm gave Washington a recipe for a sleeping draught. What was it again?
Peppermint. Lime flavor. Yes. Peppermint, lime flavor. Or...
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian.
Yes, it's herbal tea. I'll go and make it for you at once, sir.
I'll wait for you in my room.
Good job, Rob.
I need to find a place
You
to
the
watch
best.
undisturbed.
Find a way to spy.
The Battle of Alexander at Issus, or how Alexander the Great triumphed over King Darius. It's a beautiful weapon. Love damage, my dearest son. Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost. I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable to remain in the same place for more than 2 days. I wouldn't be surprised if they targeted us soon. Make haste, my son. You hold our destiny in your hands. Your loving mother, Maria Letizia.
Interesting.
A bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier. Oh, I can't hear anything here. I've got to find another spot. The Battle of Alexander at Issus, or how Alexander the Great triumphed over King Darius. Yet another one with delusions of grandeur. Ah, this window opens onto the balcony. Okay, so that means the other room must be on my right.
Agreed.
Sir, I understand your eagerness, but the pressure on my family complicates the task.
Relax, my friend. Your relatives will soon be safe.
So what I saw in my vision really did happen.
Interesting.
Well, I hope I haven't missed anything important.
I thank you so much.
Don't mention it. Now that's settled, let us speak about your support.
Yes. You mentioned earlier some assistance from the Golden Order?
Absolutely. I have concluded an agreement with their leader, Lady Sarah Faustine de Richet.
Another case that Mother didn't tell me about.
The funds from the order will finance the building of a foundry in Tuscany. You will soon be able to count on 100 or more cannons for your future campaigns.
I was not expecting so much help from you. When can I meet this de Richet?
Well, unfortunately, something has cropped up. De Richet has disappeared.
Disappeared? What, here?
Yes, but the staff are redoubling efforts to find her, I assure you.
So the agreement, is it on or off?
It is on. Her right-hand man has just arrived here to help us find her. And it is none other than her son, Louis Maurice de Richet. I wager he will ensure his mother's commitments are met.
Louis. Not an easy name to live with in these times.
Of course. But from now on, you will deal with him.
This man, it can only be Mortimer.
Very well. I will seek him out.
Ma'am.
Oh no. Damn it! Opportunity failed.
Well, I better get away from here.
You keep failing those opportunities. But you get, Rob, because you're no good. Hopefully we were able to get through undetected.
Louis?
Emily? I can explain.
Perhaps, but remain still.
Oh dear.
But first, you could perhaps remove the blade from my throat?
You have 10 seconds to explain your presence here.
I'm not here for you.
What are you doing in my room?
I thought a night's stroll would help me sleep better. A servant must have closed the window behind me
And my window was the only way for you to get back inside. Most convincing. What were you really doing on the balcony?
Seeing the window open, I feared someone had entered your room. With what I heard next door, I had every reason to believe that your life was in danger.
I am a grown woman, but how kind of you to worry about me. Now that I'm safe and sound, tell me more. Do these events concern me? Do they involve the Golden Order?
I overheard a conversation between a French soldier and some other individual.
And what were they talking about?
It seems
Interesting.
Mother is involved. Something about a military campaign. Apparently my mother validated an order of cannons to help this man.
Really? Since when does the Order finance wars?
As far as I know, since never.
Did they give any details? A date? What they were for?
I hope I didn't
Nothing at
mess
all.
up in
Do you know
giving
anything about this?
No, but I won't forget. Thank you. All right, Louis, I might have overreacted a bit.
Just a little bit.
Please do excuse me, but next time, please try knocking on my door. I'd be delighted to open it for you.
Oh, well, I'll remember in that case. Good night, Emily.
Good night, Louis.
Well, rule number 1, don't walk into a lady's room. She will stab you in the throat. Or slit it. Or whatever. Alrighty. Well then, that was interesting. So apparently that. I just hope I didn't mess up and give her the information on false pretense. But unfortunately I was out of my remaining things there. So there we go. I don't know how to use those items though. That's just the only thing. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. I'm trying to figure out what the hell to do here, the future efforts. But anyways, a lot of interesting information there that we'll have to discuss about. For right now, I think it is time that we go ahead and do our
Your
best.
Eminence, what are you doing here?
I wanted to speak to you about something important. Do you still have my letter on you? The one I gave you in the hall?
Why do you ask?
I have a name to add to it.
Here it is.
Thank you, my son. Ah, I see that it's still sealed. I was right to put my trust in you, Louise. Now, give me 1 second, please.
Good.
I can't imagine what would have happened if I hadn't added this name to the list. Please, be sure to give this letter to Sarah the moment you see her.
You can count on it.
Have a good night.
And you as well, Your Eminence. My trust in him was well written. Excellent work, Rob. Well, that's a thing, that's a thing, that's a thing.
Louis, you're straying from your objective.
Oh, yeah. Wait. That's...
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Had to head back to bed. Maybe we can check our room first.
I'm exhausted. I better go to bed. I'll search my room tomorrow. If Mother stayed here right before me, you never know. And Mortimer had better show up.
Yeah. Mortimer, not showing up, motherfucker. Well, so far, you are doing well in your cases. No failed experiments, but the only thing we decided not to do was help out with the Elizabeth thing. The only reason I said that is just because George Washington's heart seems to be in the right place, but I don't know. Hopefully that wasn't the decision that that was too overwhelmed. We were able to find out more information. We gave that information to the Duchess. I just hope it doesn't come to bite me in the ass later on in the later playthroughs. But I think for right now, I think what we'll do is we'll kill it right here and we'll continue on to the episode in a later playthrough. I think this is a good stopping point. He's back in bed, and then we'll be able to search the room in the following episode and be able to indulge into more things. For right now, I'll just leave it up to that. I mean, a lot of the conversations and different things I'm able to like deduce with my detective work and stuff like that. I'll just have to keep it continuing on. But alas, ladies and germs, we're gonna see leveling up. I'm gonna go ahead and get me some more of my points into here. Reduce cost efforts by 3. Add 1 point. Maybe we should... We'll need to try and acquire another skill. Notice worthwhile details and opportunities. We'll do that. Put one in each. Validate. Excellent work. And again. So, that has been the council. A lot of interesting things have started to pop up. So, it was interesting to see Napoleon Bonaparte and how the Golden Order is now being able to finance war weapons. And that's something there too. So, maybe this is a ploy. So, my thought process so far right now is that her mother found out that they were trying to supply weapons from the Golden Order and use their money, but maybe she didn't want to do that. So she was either kidnapped by somebody who didn't want the efforts, or just something else entirely. But it's too soon to speculate right now to see where it all ends up, but I just think that's where it is. She probably didn't want to finance the war for Napoleon Bonaparte, and then later on, thus that and the third. Especially since she is good friends with George Washington, that would make sense. Because you would not want to finance against your friends. So, but anyways. Well, that has been the council, ladies and gentlemen. Like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video series. Hit the little bell icon to be notified of future events and videos that I will be doing later on. But as always, my lovely sinners, I'll see you motherfuckers later. Bye, guys.